Good evening, good afternoon, whoever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to the penultimate installment, I suppose, for us of Hong Kong House of Cards. This evening's scene will find an empty Carpe Noctem. The chairs have been packed away. The dance floor stands empty. There aren't any bottles behind the bar. Gravedigger himself is seated on the bar, kind of letting his legs dangle down over the side. He appears to be having an argument with people who it is impossible to see unless you know how to see them. And beside him is a black briefcase with very shiny brass, locking mechanisms on either side.
Pyro is currently downstairs in the now empty sanctum. The various candles and other light fittings have been removed and taken upstairs, so at the moment he only has one of those little battery-operated lamps that you occasionally see at garden parties. Even the fireplace has been more or less stripped out. He's sitting on a small, winged-back chair that hasn't yet been taken up, and seems to be thinking, his finger tapping repeatedly on his chin, as he contemplates the return to, in general, the return to England, and a slight concern as to whether or not there'll be any grumpy hermetics waiting, because he left the order in good terms, didn't he? He's fairly certain. So back to drumming on his chin, silently brooding in the almost complete dark.
You hear a small knock come at the open security door.
Come on down.
Gravedigger's shadowy second steps through the door, and she says, Rebecca says, Ira, we should get that chair packed away with the others.
You should. He will stand up, take 3 steps forward, sit on the floor. Carry it up, will you?
Yeah. Are you alright?
Just thinking.
About what?
I used to live in London. Going back means potentially meeting up with some old school friends, if you know what I mean.
She'll casually shrug. Come on, don't sit down here in the dark.
Dark is good for thinking.
There's
nothing to distract you. And technically, I'm not entirely in the dark. And he waves his hand. Evan, the rolls room, if you'd be so kind. Because I'm assuming this room is technically still a node.
I would assume so. There you go.
Okay, just give me a minute.
It's in the chat, by the way, the dice roll.
Yes, yes. I'm just trying to mess around with the dice roller because it's being an arse at the moment. Okay. So that would be now 4d10. So just give me one. Okay, that's good. He extends his hand out into the air, and around him, a series of small pinpoints of light flare up in the air, just drifting like will-o'-the-wisps. After a few seconds, they vanish as quickly as they came.
She'll nod and say, "Come on. I have to close up down here."
I suppose we must. He picks up the lantern. You'll notice he's leaving the chair entirely for Rebecca to carry.
She'll do it.
Yep. Makes his way upstairs, turning off the lantern as he goes.
Saying goodbye to the old place, Gravedigger says.
Goodbye to the old, hello again to the new, I suppose. He'll pull himself up onto a stool.
Master Dessau called me a coward yesterday.
In fairness, he's not entirely wrong.
Is it foolish to leave a battle where you can do no more good or ill? Or cowardly?
It's not foolish, but it is technically cowardly. That's the whole point of bravery, isn't it? To be an idiot. After all, like, the bravest thing anyone can do is charge into a battle they don't know, they're fairly certain they can't win, purely for the sake of being brave.
I think there's a difference between bravery and stupidity.
I suppose when you approach it from the far end, there isn't. But I tend to approach things from the far end. Did you give him your "I don't care if the city lives or dies" speech again?
It's not my city to care about.
You have been paying rates here for the past few months.
I have been what, sorry?
Paying rates, paying bills.
Yes, but that doesn't make it your home.
You and I have different opinions on what designates a home.
Perhaps we do.
In any case, when is this wretched wall due to come down?
I beg your pardon?
When is the wall coming down?
I don't know.
Soon,
I think. Either that or it's going to... Well, no. It's either the wall's going to come down or they're going to fail. That's why we're getting out of here, because I'm not hedging my bets on those morons being successful.
Oh, yeah. You said it was Dessau getting us out, right?
Beg your pardon?
You said it was Dessau getting us out.
Correct. You wanted me to stay.
Well, that's moronic of him. I said it's moronic of him to want you to stay.
Yeah. I've got no interest in staying here and dying for other people's cities and places. Their tears are their own. Let them shed them. I will be in London, alive.
Well, at least for a few days.
What do you mean?
Let's face it, the minute we arrive in Hong Kong, shit starts going down. I guarantee your bad karma is going to follow us to London.
Bite your tongue.
What was that?
Bite your tongue.
That was that! Like, he actually bites his tongue at you. Yeah, you know I'm right.
If London's different, then, well, there's always Edinburgh.
I suppose you could always make a base underneath, I don't know, Edinburgh Castle.
Well,
Would be interesting.
The current plan is you and I and Spider's currently seeing to the last of the stuff being shipped. And then Rebecca will stay here, hand the keys over to the new owners, and then she'll catch a flight over. She's completely human, so the barrier won't affect her.
Yeah.
So
Kind of weird, really, how we classify as not entirely human.
So I've booked us flights the day after tomorrow from Seoul. So we're connecting in Berlin and then on to London.
Does kimchi go well on hot dogs, do you know?
Never thought of it.
I'll have to buy a jar or two of kimchi. Try putting it with some frankfurter.
We're not going to be in Seoul very long.
No, but we'll be there a few hours. I'm sure duty free will sell something of use.
You're not wrong.
Give me a chance to try out a new recipe.
I'll nod and say, what is it that we to do? I wonder. Do you think I'm a coward, Pyra?
Pretty much. But then again, you always had a brain.
Is cowardice just intelligence with a different name?
Yes. Let's face it, like, you're in a situation where every logical sense tells you that the guys who are in this city have been trapped here for months. The technocracy have fucked with time itself, right? And they expect to be able to win? The metalheads are fucking watching this city like hawks. In the end, odds are they're gonna fail. And yeah, it's cowardly to run, yeah. But it's also the common sense thing to do. Like, if you have a way of getting out of this place alive, that's what you do. Then you attack it from the outside. That's what kind of surprises me. I mean, if Dessau can open a way out of the city, why the fuck not just send people outside the barrier en masse and then just like fucking nuke the place from outside? Well, metaphorically speaking.
I don't know, honestly. To be honest, I'm surprised that the Masters of the Traditions haven't done anything. You know how they were all about shouting about fighting the technocracy.
But that's my point.
This city,
they're being cowards because they know that they're ultimately safe. They can ultimately get the fuck out of the city. They're sending their foot soldiers in to fight it for them. People too stupid to realize they're fucked.
I'm no one's foot soldier.
Hence why we're leaving. We're getting the fuck out of Dodge before everything gets too hot to basically deal with.
Yeah. Are you worried about seeing London town again?
I'm certainly concerned about certain of my old school friends.
Why?
Well, I didn't leave the order under a cloud, but at the same time, there's a certain sort of attitude that goes with the Hermetics. And I'm slightly concerned that attitudes may reapply again.
Were you trained in jolly old London?
Few places. London, Paris, Milan. Couple of months in Kansas, I think, at one stage. They used to move us around all the time, depending on what they needed to teach us.
Magic's never made any sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense to a certain degree. Different places resonate with different types of magic, and if you're teaching a certain type of magic in a specific place that's way out of the way, like in a fucking camping ground in the middle of like Minnesota, you avoid. It's like you're in. Like, have you been to Minnesota?
Oh, I can't say that I have.
It's fucking flat. You can see the curvature of the earth of an evening. Same thing in Montana. Same problem. And this is the point. In these places, they set up a camping ground. They then teach the kids how to perform forces magic. That way, if one of the kids happens to blow himself up, there's a lot of space for the bits to fly, and no buildings get set on fire.
It's funny.
What is? Flat ground?
How hypocritical the Order of Hermes are.
Yeah. I'd say they're more pragmatic than anything else.
No, they're not. You can see he actually smiles, that kind of really wide, creepy Gravedigger smile.
Well, each their own.
You know, they use you as fodder in a war that they began.
I never fought in the Masasa War.
Do you even know why? Do you even know why it started?
Yeah, let's see. And he's looking thoughtful. Yeah, they used to, let's see, what was it? Bunch of vampires started killing mages. No one knows why. Yeah, that was it. Vampires started killing mages. We started killing them back, and then it just sort of spiraled. That's why there's more or less peace now. So like both sides kind of went, you know what? This is dumb. And they just sort of like we occasionally have skirmishes. I say we, sorry. The Hermetics and the vampires occasionally have skirmishes, but not so much anymore. At least when I left. Who knows? They might actually be back at war nowadays.
He kind of tilts his head back and starts to laugh, like really, really laugh.
After a few seconds, he'll turn and look at you and cough pointedly.
Is that actually what you think?
It's what they taught us. It's what we got taught.
It's a lie, mate.
Okay. You aren't even a Hermetic, and you're daring to tell me that my education was wrong?
Yeah. Why is it that the Tremere ate the Order of Hermes as much as they do?
How the fuck should I know? The Tremere are just vampires. I mean, I know that historically we fought them a lot, but
use your fucking brain. Why do they hate?
Vampires and mages used to have a war.
No,
it's like how
the Order of Hermes and Clan Tremere used to have a war.
Okay, so one group of vampires just like this. It's like the Shifters. I mean, everyone knows that in mythological circles, Shifters, werewolves, and he does it in air quotes, werewolves and vampires hate each other because that's just what fucking happens. Same thing with mages and vampires during the Masasa War. Whatever kicked it off, one side hated the other and the other side hated them back. If the vampire side were the Tremere, then that's fine. It means one bunch of dickhead neck biters hated us more than the rest.
It's because you. He kind of looks at you. His head snaps back up to its it's a ready position, we'll call it, and he says, "It's not because they hated you. It's because they used to be you."
He sort of like his head like flicks back a bit, only slightly. There's a few seconds of like you can see almost the metaphorical gears in his brain turning. And he goes, "Killing vampires? Killing mages to turn them into vampires? What the fuck did they think was going to happen?"
No,
Everyone
no, no.
knows true magic doesn't switch over with the embrace.
Let's phrase it like this, mate.
Is it called the embrace?
Let's phrase it like this, mate. Clan Tremere. Scratch out the clan and write house.
At that point, he goes rigid. Like in his chair, leaning forward, you see his entire body tense. Evan, I'm going to let you know, Gravedigger will be fully aware of this. You've got maybe 20 seconds to explain more in detail.
Okay.
You can see Pyro's temper starting to build.
Gravedigger kind of calmly quirks an eyebrow.
Stiffly, his left arm rises, and he's just sort of pointing at you. You can see actual twitching in his wrists.
Mm-hmm.
Explain yourself, Gravedigger.
I'm an information broker, mate. I find things out. Master Dessau, when he was in one of his not fit states after having banished something out of Tony, let me in on that little tidbit of information. Clan Tremere used to be a house in the Order of Hermes.
His left arm relaxes completely, like it slumps down. Slowly gets to his feet. I see.
So, they send you out to fight their mistake night after night, day after day. And the fact of the matter is, they don't even tell their young ones what it is they're dying for.
Okay, just let me check something. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. While I'm checking this, he will walk back to the sanctum door and, without saying a word, without even getting a lantern, just walk in there.
The door is closed and locked.
In that case, hand on lock. I'm now going to make what?
You know that this will be vulgar as balls.
Yes, this is the point. He's not exactly in a fit state of mind at the moment.
I can't give you paradox. So don't do something that will involve paradox, because then I'll have to get an ST to give you paradox.
Yeah.
Here's an idea. If you're pissed off, get off the chair you're standing on and smash it on the bar.
It's not that he's pissed off. It's like he's confused, I think is a good way of putting it.
Then talk about it. Don't just do magic.
He'll actually, like, with a loud clang, hit his head against the door when he notices it's locked. You should have told me about this sooner.
You never asked.
Irrelevant.
Hmm.
The moment you found this out, you should have told me.
Why?
Because if word of what's been happening in this city gets out to the other hermetics, Because it doesn't matter, Gravedigger. You should have told me.
No, because no offense, mate. I like you. I think you're a good chap, a good top, as it were. However, I'm giving you this information for a specific reason.
So you can laugh at my annoyance?
No, I think of the Order of Hermes what I think of the Order of Hermes. They are hypocrites of the highest order who claim great mystical tradition, however, basically build it on the backs of those who would be slaves to them. But I'm giving you this information for a very specific reason. You're going back to London, mate. The place where it is you were born, bound and raised, trained and circled and sealed. If it comes to it, you might need some blackmail material to hold over the order. You now have it.
You hear a low laugh start to build, and it's not a pleasant sound. It's an almost hysterical laugh. After several long moments, it quietens. And he looks at you and goes, "They're more likely to kill me if I went blackmailing them with this."
No. You see, the masters are one thing. Those who sit in the big vaulted cushy thrones and look down on others. However, if this got into a chantry, if the fucking apprentices heard it, if they knew what they were being trained to die for, the Order of Hermes would have a schism, a rather nasty one.
When we get to London, I'm going to have to look into this.
No, you're not.
You can't stop me, Gravedigger.
What about?
Because, like you say, I'm a good cop. And he actually, for the first time since you've known him, he'll look at you with genuine disdain.
Gravedigger will say, I don't think you understand. This information is worth its weight in gold, and I assure you its weight is not just the weight of air. I gave it to you to keep you safe. I heard it from the Master's mouth himself. It's true as the day the Gospel was written, if the Gospel's true at all. So, he'll smile. The look of disdain doesn't appear to, unnerve him at all, but he'll say, I merely wanted you to understand, and now you do. But not only that, the fact of the matter remains that if we use the information, if we poke it too much, if people find out that you have it, well, we need to keep it under wraps until it's useful, or else it's worth nothing. They're not
Okay.
your order anymore.
No. They aren't. I don't have one. And having said that, he'll leave the building and go for a walk, basically.
Okay. Gravedigger will call after him and say, don't forget, you're as hollow as I am.
He doesn't respond. He just walks away into the dark, into the enclosing gloom.
Shall we call it there?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Hong Kong House Cats.